What's going on, folks? King of the Dead and Leo here, and this is gonna have to be the first installment of this series me and this dumbass are gonna do called Fool's Gold, because the first installment was gonna be the Craig of the Creek movie, Craig Before the Creek, but I am searching far and wide. I cannot find a way to download it. So the first we're doing Skunk Fu. Now, Leo, tell the people what the story is.
Skunk is a student from Panda. Skunk fight, skunk win.
You failed me.
Big dragon be villain, but dragon no win. And baboon?
Are you a fucking caveman? What the? Skunk Fu is an Irish-British animated action-adventure fantasy comedy television series featuring the adventures of a bunch of anthropomorphic animals who are all annoying as fuck, lazy as hell, stupid as fuck, ugly as hell, and some of them are unapologetically horny. What's happening in this goddamn show?
Is it really?
Yeah!
Guys, just lighten up the tension around here. Oh! There is no tension.
Honestly.
But he's right. We follow the teachings of a little skunk boy who's learning from a panda who, it's just Kung Fu Panda. It's just Kung Fu Panda. It's just ninja animals in China defending the valley from some crazy ass creature. Only the panda is now the master, and everybody respects the panda except the rabbit for some reason. I'll be real with you, I don't like Skunk Fu.
Neither did I.
Like, what's crazy is that I think it's a little fun fact I have about the show is that this, like I said, it's Irish-British created, and it was created at what studio was it? I can't remember. Whatever studio made it, I'll put it at the bottom of the screen if I can remember it later. But this series goes so hard anywhere that's not America. It started off in Ireland, but then as it expanded, the British love it, the French love it, the Japanese love it, even the Dutch love it. Everybody outside of America absolutely adores this show. But in America, do you guys remember what it was? Didn't think so.
Neither did I until I was forced to watch it.
I just wasn't fucking with it. This premise only lasts like 2 to 3 episodes at most. The fact that everyone's kind of stupid, including the villains, everyone's so ugly. The only good character in this show, somehow, it's just it's just a handful of bees, are the only ones in this show worth a damn. The villain's stupid. The villain's boss is stupid. I can't. Not that everything has to be Kung Fu Panda level of cinematography and compelling villain, but no. If Kung Fu Panda hadn't existed, this would probably banged. Let me rephrase that. Had Hero 108 never existed, this would have probably banged.
Also, the monkeys, were they white with black onesies or black with white eyes?
Leo, you're overthinking the concept of ninja monkeys.
You're probably right. I'm gonna go lay down.
And what's funny about this show is that Kung Fu Panda 1 came out in 2008. This came out in 2009. So even if I stretch it between Kung Fu Panda early 2008 and this late 2009, it's possible that y'all just ripped off this entire fuck-ass concept. The only thing half-decent about this show is really the theme song, because it's sung by Ghostface Killah, which I have a very, very big soft spot in my heart for whenever rappers somehow give it all to fucking children's shows.
Do the seaweed swag, 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 swag. Gotta do the seaweed swag, 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 swag.
That reminds me of the 4Kids One Piece theme song.
Oh, the pirate rap.
Yeah, God, that was so good.
I'm looking. Before I started talking, I wanted to look it up real quick.
We never heard from Deadmantoons.
Shut up, I'm editing this out. Yep, there it is. So my reference sheet is from the Pixie rap from Fairly Odd Parents, and how the Pixies just sound like boring old office white guys. But rapping, it's fucking Method Man and Redman.
How much did they get paid for that?
I'm not looking that up. I'm gonna assume pennies and peanuts. A handful of pennies and peanuts. But like I said, what's awful is that Skunk Fu is adored anywhere that's not America, but America is the one that ended up getting the licensing rights off of it. And because of this, like, there are 3 DVDs out there of the series, even though it's only 1 season. But even if you have all 3 DVDs, all episodes are not on it. And like at one point, Netflix had it, but then it was scrapped like a week later.
What? Wait, how 1 season can't be put on 3? Or did they just design it?
Of course it can. Cartoon Network doesn't give a fuck. Like they market it as, oh, it just got caught up in developmental hell, because right around like 2008, like 2011 era was a very strange era for Cartoon Network, because that's when CN Real was leaving. All the people who thought this was a good idea is getting fired, and they're thinking we are going to lose Cartoon Network if we don't save it. So they just started greenlighting everything. If it's animated, they greenlit it. If it already existed and they could buy it, they bought it. But during this era, they got so flooded that they ended up having to cut out like 70% of what they greenlit and or bought. Like there's this one series called sort of a spinoff of The Batman.
Yeah.
They greenlit a spinoff of that called Gotham High, which is about
You remember hearing about that?
Batman shit, but like high school. This was all a go, but then this was caught up in that swamp called Development Hell of Cartoon Network, and they just get it out. Skunk Fu was not supposed to be a part of that. Skunk Fu was doing relatively well enough overseas, but Cartoon Network still said, "Why don't we just push it into the scrap? Let's get rid of it.
Put it in the gutter. Roll it up in the carpet."
Had you sold it to literally anyone outside of this goddamn country, they would have loved it. This shit goes so hard in Ireland, it's not even funny. Maybe it's because most of Ireland is always drunk. This shit's ass. It's literally ass. I cannot see. I got through most, like 70% of season 1, and I'm never going to watch this ever again.
I could only finish 2 episodes.
There is one joke that I kind of like. It's that there's this episode where Rabbit is teaching Skunk how to be tough. Like, you just want to intimidate your enemies and like talk tough and crack your neck and all this dumb shit. And he teaches them, by the way, you gotta know how to threaten them. And he starts talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. As Skunk learns, he leaves and he starts threatening people with that.
Well, kid, go put it to the test and make me proud.
How about I make you a knuckle sandwich instead?
That's good. That's the only good. Like 15 episodes is the only good joke.
That's the only joke?
I told you I'll watch most of it. That's all I got, bro. That's literally all I got as far as comedy.
I liked when the only bit I really liked, even though I only saw 2 episodes, is the end of the rabbit school, and the 2 monkeys that he was beating the shit out of tied him up and fucking just beat the shit out of him.
Oh, tortured him. Became war criminals. Waterboarded him. Used rat torture. Put him in the brazen bull. Hook drawn and quartered. What a weird segment to put in the kids' cartoon. I thought I was watching Happy Tree Friends for a second. I thought, oh god. But you know what? I think it was pivotal to the plot. I think we would have been a different man. I would have been a different man had I not added that in.
Yeah.
And what's funny is that there was actually a movie they planned that was going to be called Exit the Dragon. Get it? Because Enter the Dragon. But again, this would have been not even Cartoon Network's idea. This is going to be, I think it was called Cartoon Saloon, which is, if it's not Irish, I think it's Australian. As in, they were going to fully pay for it and make it. All Cartoon Network had to do was say, yeah, we'll play it on our channel. They said, nah. And they loved it so much. What's funny, my last note I have for the show is that Cartoon Network heard all the good things about it overseas, and they gave it a decent shot. They gave it a try. They gave it the good WB Saturday block. As an early morning, Saturday morning is the best possible time to air a fucking cartoon. It does not get better than that. And they still failed because kids in America want Kung Fu Panda, not Karate Skunk.
Oh, God.
All right, that's it for me. Any more notes from you?
It was terrible. It shouldn't have never been made other than Australia and all the other places where it was successful.
All right, now give it a grade, A through F.
Oh, God.
Okay, I'll give it a D minus. Would be an F because, like I said, there's literally no redeeming qualities of this shit. But like I said, the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice is kind of funny. So I'll give you a D minus. All right, Leo, would you like me to tell you what we're doing next so you can have barely any time to prepare?
Of course.
Well, I'm not going to, but here's a hint for the viewers.
Welcome to Miseryville.
I'll tell you 5 minutes before we record for it.
Okay.
All right, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. We will be back for more. Thank you for stepping on the first episode of Fool's Gold. King of the Dead and Whoever You Are signing off.